On the last What If video, Golden Kinko destroys both Gohan and Vegeta, even though both Gohan and Vegeta are much stronger than in canon. Goku right now was still being afflicted by the heart virus and could not join into the fight. Just before Golden Kinko could kill both Gohan and Vegeta, Krillin steps in, and with a timely solar flare, all three of them managed to escape to Kami's lookout. At Kami's lookout, Kami suggests that they use the hyperbolic time chamber, and that's what they did. Together, Gohan, Vegeta, and Goku use the hyperbolic time chamber and gain considerable amounts of power. On the last What If, I said Trunks joined in with them in the hyperbolic time chamber training, but this is actually false. Trunks' power is much inferior compared to the three of them, and will not be able to catch up to their training even if he does join in for their training. So Trunks is not included in this training. During this 1 year time period, Goku gains access to Super Saiyan 2 and 3, while both Gohan and Vegeta gain access to Super Saiyan 2. However, their power is still no match for King Cold. As they walk out of the hyperbolic time chamber, they meet a man with a purple face and white hair. This man was none other than Supreme Kai. Supreme Kai has just visited Kami's lookout, as he could sense King Cold's power all the way from the Supreme Kai land, and thought that the universe could be done for if he didn't do something. So he asked Gohan, Vegeta, and Goku to follow him to the Supreme Kai land and use the Z Sword, which could be the only thing that could defeat King Cold. Meanwhile, Raditz, Nappa, and Trunks entered the hyperbolic time chamber together to train. They were tired of being left behind by the trio. So Nappa and Raditz don't actually have access to the Super Saiyan transformation. Hopefully Trunks can teach them how to access that. Originally, Raditz wanted to bring his daughter Ranch into the hyperbolic time chamber. However, Launch rejected that notion, saying that Ranch was still very young and could not handle the hyperbolic time chamber pressure. Meanwhile, at the Supreme Kai land, Goku goes to Super Saiyan 3 to pull the Z Sword out, which is a complete overkill, because in his normal Super Saiyan state he could probably already pull out the Z Sword. Meanwhile, while Goku trains with the Z Sword, Gohan and Vegeta train with each other, trying to master their Super Saiyan 2 states. A few days pass by, and Goku gains so much power now that his base form can easily handle the Z Sword. Meanwhile, King Cold has destroyed many more cities on Earth and is nearing 80% of Earth's population. There's only 20% left that is still alive, and now he's kinda bored. And this may lead to some drastic actions later. Meanwhile, at the Supreme Kai land, Goku decides to give the Z Sword one final try before bringing it out against King Cold. Supreme Kai Shin throws a catching block towards Goku as Goku swings the sword onto the block. Two forces collide with tremendous force. However, the Z Sword breaks and the catching block flies above Goku's head. Supreme Kai and Kibito are both shocked. This was the Z Sword of the legends. This was meant to defeat both Majin Buu and King Cold. Now their only hope, their only salvation, is now gone forever. However, that is not so. An old man pops out of the Z Sword. This man was none other than Old Kai, who was sealed into the Z Sword by Beerus. Old Kai knows the situation on Earth and tells Goku that he would unlock his potential for him. But now there wasn't time. King Cold was about to destroy the Earth. He passes Goku 2 earrings, the Putara earrings, and tells Supreme Kai to bring both Goku and Gohan there and allow them to fuse into one mighty warrior in order to defeat King Cold. He tells Goku that the fusion is permanent and that there was no going back from there. But Goku knows this was the only way. So Supreme Kai takes Goku and Gohan and teleports to Earth. On Earth, King Cold was about to destroy the entire planet. However, a hand stops him. This man was none other than Gokan, the fusion of Goku and Gohan. Gohan's power in his base form was impressive, super powerful, because Goku and Gohan are both way stronger than in canon, almost as on par with their base form in Dragon Ball Super. So Gohan manages to somewhat keep up with Golden Kinko in his base form. However, as Golden Kinko increases his power more and more, Gohan seems to be outmatched, and Golden Kinko heaves a sigh of relief. Maybe he could actually win this fight after all. But he was wrong. Gohan immediately transforms into Super Saiyan 3 with all his power exceeding the limits no one has ever seen before. This power rocked the entire universe, and Gohan prepares a Kamehameha and lunges it towards Golden Kinko. Golden Kinko tried to stop it, but the force is tremendous, and Golden Kinko was obliterated by the Kamehameha. The Kamehameha flew through the earth and almost destroyed it, but Gohan managed to gain control of the Kamehameha and push it towards space. Gohan heaved a sigh of relief. The earth was not fully destroyed, and all the people could also be wished back with the Dragon Balls. However, as soon as he thought about that, the Potara earrings suddenly break, and Goku and Gohan separate back into themselves. Turns out, Gohan used up too much energy during the Kamehameha used to destroy King Cold, and this led to the separation of Goku and Gohan. Now that the Golden King Cold threat has been taken care of, the Z Fighters here have 3 problems to worry about. The first problem is future Imperfect Cell, who is still in this timeline and hasn't been eradicated yet because he's been suppressing his power level. The second problem is the present timeline Cell in Jiro's lab, who has never been destroyed because Bulma never sees Dr. Jiro in this timeline, and they do not know that the scientist behind Cell is Dr. Jiro, and then Krillin and Trunks don't destroy the lab. Thus, present Cell could still be born and present many problems. Meanwhile, the third and final problem is Boo himself, who will come in a few years' time. How will the Z Fighters handle all these threats? Well, we have to find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.